On the off chance that you think Elon Musk, the power behind SpaceX, is just fixated on trading mankind to Mars, reconsider. This time around, he appears to have his eye on the moon. When nobody expected, Elon uncovered a stunning mystery about the moon that barely any individuals know. What does Elon Musk know that we don't? How might it change all that? Continue to look as we uncover reality. The moon isn't a much frequented place by man. Despite the fact that astronomers make it clear that arriving at it requires only a couple of days, surprisingly, only 3 countries have dared to venture into Luna's domain, including the US of A, Russia, and China. Since this region is hardly touched, there are various dark secrets yet to be found, which are still hiding within its dull shadows. The last investigations made on the moon were in 1979, with the American shuttle Apollo 11 progressing strikingly. After that, it would take another 39 years to return to the district. In the midst of these extraordinary gaps in exploration, many questions remain unanswered. However, as of late, Elon Musk seems to have loosened things up again, revealing stunning and hidden facts about the moon that would leave even scientists scratching their heads, igniting a longing for knowledge. But how did it happen? Suppose it began with a longing for information. Honestly, man has always yearned for a deep understanding of space and the universe in which he finds himself. Maybe driven by this single longing, along with the unimaginable ambition of people like Elon Musk, countries are competing to conquer regions outside Earth. Space exploration remains one area heavily invested in by private individuals and nations, with exploration plans arranged in the agenda for the future. Ultimately, this common craving led to a cooperation between Elon Musk's SpaceX and China's NASA. Of course, China's new explorations of space, alongside its various discoveries, have recorded astounding results, but more seems to be on the way. With Elon Musk in the picture, things are getting more interesting. On November 23, 2020, China's 5th lunar investigation rocket, Chang'e 5, was launched from the Wenchang rocket launch site. After landing on the moon on December 1, 2020, the mission endured 23 days, during which many achievements were made. One such achievement included sending China's first banner on the moon. However, this was not all. China also made a stunning discovery on the moon that would ultimately dismantle old scientific beliefs about it. This discovery was significant enough to capture Elon Musk's interest. As if that were enough, Elon also saw the need for the entire world to be informed about the late discovery, so he publicly stated it. The outcome was wild, creating a demand for some kind of clarification. Eventually, China decided to speak out. The National Space Administration and China's Nuclear Energy Authority soon announced they would clarify Elon Musk's assertion. They had, without a doubt, found something. But what was it? A monumental revelation that might reform power. Who would have thought the moon would have the capacity to play a crucial role in fulfilling one of Earth's greatest needs? We are talking about clean energy. According to the National Space Administration and the China Nuclear Energy Authority, the Chang'e 5 automated mission to the moon yielded historic outcomes, and Musk could not have agreed more. After a successful journey to the moon, the Chang'e 5 rocket returned with an impressive payload of about 1,731 grams of lunar surface samples. These samples arrived at the Beijing Research Organization for Uranium Geology Analysis. Following this, these lunar samples were quickly subjected to examination by advanced mineralogical techniques. You will be stunned at what was found. While analyzing the lunar surface particles, researchers made a breathtaking discovery. Scattered among the particles were hints of helium-3, quite possibly one of the most unusual variations of helium you could ever see. According to Musk, helium exists on Earth but is rare and elusive. However, he stated that the helium variation is abundant in lunar soil, preserved over billions of years by the solar wind. Rich access to helium-3, according to experts, could be a game-changer in our quest for clean energy, as it may be the fuel source required for nuclear fusion. Researchers have found a better way to create limitless clean energy through nuclear fusion. This is a scientific method used to generate energy wherein particles fuse and form a single molecule. It works naturally in the presence of others. You see, this is the very way the sun creates the energy that we use in the real world. Researchers have been attempting to replicate the system and use it to produce clean energy and power required to run human activities without harming the Earth. However, this has proven to be quite challenging. Scientists have not yet been able to develop a fusion reactor that can produce as much energy as it consumes. A real-world example is China's efforts to create its artificial sun, officially known as the Experimental Advanced Superconducting Tokamak East. This tokamak fusion reactor, located in Hefei, China, is donut-shaped, with a major radius of about 6 meters and a minor radius of about 2 meters. It features plasma confined by a strong magnetic field. Indeed, the East mimics the processes that occur inside the Sun and stands out as one of China's most significant projects of the century. Since its inception, it has yielded some results, and in December 2021, it achieved a plasma temperature of 126 million degrees Fahrenheit, multiple times hotter than the Sun's core. Without a doubt, this is a huge achievement in the development of fusion energy. However, if this method is to be used to produce the clean and limitless energy we need, we would agree that China still has a long way to go. East is said to still be under development, with the hope that it will eventually be able to produce more energy than it consumes. When this is achieved, fusion energy could provide a safe and sustainable source of energy for the future. But consider the possibility that there's an easy route to that future looking straight at us right now. Researchers believe that the discovery of the abundance of helium-3 on the Moon may very well be the solution we need to tackle the problem of producing clean energy. The revelation of this finding to the public would undoubtedly lead to a surge in future lunar exploration missions, and that may be precisely what Elon Musk envisioned when he made a public disclosure of this revelation. As it stands, numerous private space-related organizations and space-exploring countries are already announcing their intentions to tap into the resources of helium-3 on the Moon, making the competition for lunar exploration tighter. Now, who wouldn't want a world where we can harness the availability of a clean and limitless energy supply? While the discovery of helium during the lunar investigation of the Chang'e 5 automated mission is enough to satisfy us, it is not the only striking revelation made during the mission to the Moon. So, let us consider the next steps in this exciting journey. Lunar mineral to be found for sure, it appears to have been a generally excellent decision made by China to launch the Chang'e 5 lunar investigation mission, as it has led to the discovery of the world's 6th new lunar material, which is the first of its kind in a long time. Prior to this, 5 minerals had already been found by the US and Russia. It is referred to as Chinese Site Y and was found by researchers at the Beijing Research Institute of Uranium Geology while they further investigated and inspected the lunar surface samples that had been collected during the Chang'e 5 automated mission to the Moon. The glassy mineral was monotonously found among these samples, having isolated about 140,000 particles. It was observed to be around 10 micrometers in width. Despite its minute size, knowing how significant this mineral is will stun you. Above all else, this revelation was invaluable for China, as it was the very first lunar mineral found under its records. But that was not all. According to the International Mineralogical Association, there was something else to this precious crystal. Shockingly, the small crystal contained possibly one of the most extraordinary compositions that nobody had seen before or expected to see. This aligns with Elon Musk's beliefs that the Moon holds surprisingly privileged secrets, and some of these secrets are finally being revealed piece by piece. Having been certified by the International Mineralogical Association and dispatched for new mineral classification, the primary collection of Chang'e 5 lunar materials was then distributed by the National Space Administration to scientists from almost 100 different domestic research groups. These researchers were said to be currently working on more than 30 scientific projects focused on the Moon. With this disclosure, various collaborations with experts from diverse fields came together to study this lunar material. From this, further discoveries were made, as the mineral was reported to be over 1 billion years old. It was the width of a strand of human hair and was significantly associated with every other mineral on the Moon or within meteorites, providing researchers with insights into the Moon and its origins. These are momentous revelations, but we are not finished here. What was found next during the Chang'e 5 lunar automated mission? Water has been found on the moon. It is now beyond question that the journey of China's Chang'e 5 mechanical mission to the moon has provided enormous benefits to the entire world regarding the discovery of new things. The next finding from this mission will stun you. In December 2020, China's Chang'e 5 mission made the first on-site and real-time discovery of water on the moon. But how was it found? It turns out that before the lander returned to Earth, it utilized its mineralogical spectrometer, specifically designed to find water, to detect it. The spectrometer did this by analyzing spectral reflectance measurements of soil and rocks on the moon. By completing its operation, it became possible to discern whether there was water in the area, as water molecules reflect or absorb the sun's radiation in unique ways. As a result, the lander could identify water on the moon, including in tiny glass beads gathered from the lunar surface. A team of scientists led by Hanhe from the Chinese Academy of Sciences estimated that there were between 300 billion and almost 300 trillion kilograms of water present. This is a relatively high water concentration for the moon, suggesting there might be more water there than previously thought. This is undoubtedly a notable discovery because, for a long time, it was believed there was no water on the moon. This has long been a challenge for astronomers and space travelers who would need to plan extensively before embarking on a new venture beyond Earth. As you probably know, humans cannot survive more than 10 days without water, which presents numerous challenges for space exploration. During the mission, the water was found in the youngest region on the moon, near an area called Oceanus Procellarum. Some researchers speculate that this water might have been delivered to the moon by comets or asteroids that collided with its surface in recent geological history. The discovery of water on the moon is significant for several reasons. First and foremost, it provides evidence that there may be more water on the moon than previously thought, further advancing this idea. Scientists like Makaku believe that there could be even more water distributed across the moon's permanently shadowed regions. No one would dispute that this discovery could be crucial for future human exploration of the moon, as water could be used for drinking, growing food, and producing rocket fuel. In this regard, the water found on the moon must be studied not only to confirm its existence but also to determine if astronauts could utilize it in scenarios where they might need to stay on the moon for extended periods. This investigation led a team from the Institute of Geology and Geophysics at the Chinese Academy of Sciences to analyze all the data that had been collected. Their assessment further confirmed that there was indeed water on the moon, prompting Dr. Meg Ziegler, a senior researcher at the Planetary Science Institute in Tucson, to comment on the significance of this finding. Arizona to additionally estimate the probability of the presence of something else, water on the moon, than we know about. The revelation of water in the most youthful landscape on the moon additionally suggests that the water might be generally new. This could influence how we might interpret the moon's set of experiences and advancement. In the end, who knows what emerges from this? The discovery of water on the moon is a significant scientific accomplishment. It is the initial occasion when water has been tracked down on the moon in real time, and it is a critical step forward in how we might interpret our closest neighbor. However, there is more. In addition to the discovery of water in the lunar regolith, the Chang'e 5 mission moreover found evidence of water ice in the permanently shadowed pits at the moon's poles. This water ice is believed to have been delivered to the moon by comets or asteroids and is a potential resource for future human exploration of the moon. Again, with the revelation of the presence of water on the moon, past discussions about the issue of water's presence will likely be left behind. Until now, the Indian Space Research Association had identified indications of water on the lunar surface, but there was major confusion with their revelation at that time, since researchers could not determine whether it was the presence of H2O or hydroxyl. However, the new revelation now clarifies everything, causing researchers to revisit what might have been a sprinkle of moon water in glass samples gathered during an Apollo mission about 50 years ago. A re-evaluation of these samples incredibly showed water particles. Despite this, not all researchers agree with the facts that there is water on the moon, as some suggested it might be a simple consequence of moisture contamination in Houston, Texas. Yet, more evidence appears to have already preceded this contention. NASA, a week ago, had announced their discovery of the presence of water in regions of the moon that are sunlit. This revelation was confirmed by the Sophia rocket, which, although it did not land on the moon, remained at an elevation of 45,000 feet, where it utilized its advanced infrared technology to observe frequency signals known to be produced by water molecules, demonstrating the presence of water in different regions of the moon that had not yet been discovered. For the standard researcher, the discovery of water on the moon is a significant scientific accomplishment, having the capacity to reshape how we understand the moon and its potential for human exploration. The discovery means so much more for Elon Musk. For him, this may very well be one more sign of the opportunities for humanity to inhabit the moon. If you know Elon Musk, this explanation probably won't come as a shock to you. He has long been a vocal proponent of space exploration, asserting that it is essential for humanity to become a multiplanetary species. He has cited several reasons, including the possibility of an extinction event on Earth, the need to find new resources, and the potential for discovery. Whether you agree with this or not, Elon Musk seems committed to this course, as his company, SpaceX, is developing several technologies that could allow humans to live on other planets. These include the Starship rocket, designed to deliver large payloads to Mars, and the Dragon rocket, which is intended to transport people to and from the International Space Station. To the astonishment of many, Elon believes it is possible to send the first humans to Mars by the 2030s, and that a self-sustaining city could be established on Mars by the 2050s. He has also stated that he wants to ultimately send 1 million people to Mars. Well, that is one big dream right there. However, with more space exploration, like that of Chang'e 5 and beyond, discoveries being made could indeed lead to a future where humans would cross harbor on planets other than Earth. Yet, what other achievements has Chang'e 5 made? Besides the amazing discoveries made by Chang'e 5, the space mission has also been valuable in debunking old stories, beliefs, and hypotheses about the moon. One such story is that of a mystery hut on the moon. The hut was discovered in November 2021, and with its square shape and what seemed to be a flat roof over it, the object was concluded to be a hut. Later, in the endeavor, the Chang'e 5 mission took the striking step to clear up the misunderstanding. It sent down its rover, U-22, which wandered closer to the mystery hut. However, the rover soon discovered, upon closer inspection, that the mystery hut on the moon was merely a rock on a pit edge. The rover's cameras had captured images of the object from a distance, which made it appear to be a small cabin-like structure. Upon closer examination, it was clear that the object was just a natural rock formation. The rock's shape resembles that of a hare, which led to its name, the jade hare. When the discovery was made in December 2021, the captured images of the object quickly went viral online, with many people convinced that the item was a sign of extraterrestrial life. This, however, was eventually clarified. Clearly, things are getting more exciting daily with the various discoveries of space explorers. However, all hands are still on deck, and Elon Musk is doing a lot to ensure more events like this happen. China has also reported its plans to launch Chang'e 6 in 2024 to continue the race in lunar exploration, unveiling even more stunning secrets about the moon. The area of focus for this mission would be the South Pole Aitken Basin on the far side of the moon. It aims to send an orbiter, lunar lander, and a re-emergence capsule. The country also plans to establish a lunar presence by creating a moon base by 2025. This goes hand in hand with its aim to launch nuclear-powered rockets into space. According to them, this will go a long way toward facilitating the simple exploration of the final frontier. NASA is also not sitting idle, as it has announced its plans to return to the moon by 2025, a mission that recruits Elon Musk. He is doing all he can to make this lunar exploration a reality. Indeed, the pursuit is on, and what space pioneers know this.